Morning, everyone. It's Sunday morning, March the 30th here in Sabang, Palawan, Port Princess. We'll start off the morning. I got a couple things to talk about, but for more, we'll start off with the sea turtles here. We've been following the nest. If you've been watching the last 10-15 days, I found a sea turtle's nest here. This tells about it's supposed to be like 112 eggs. Due to hatch anytime, but apparently most, if not all, hatched. I don't think all 112 hatched, but they said they you can see the eggs, and there's some eggs looks like 4, 5, 6 eggs or something. So that may be done. They said they went out to sea yesterday during the rainstorm. So that's an update on that. So we'll walk along the beach here. Still trying to get used to I'm trying this different camera position. So trying to get used to filming with that. Hopefully it turns out as good as the other one, or better. But I got a few people out. It's about 7 o'clock. Everybody keeps looking at the eggs, but I was hoping to see a sea turtle, live, real one, but not to be, I suppose. There was one nest on this beach that I'm aware of. I'm pretty sure that's accurate, and there's another beach around the corner. There possibly could have been something there, but they don't mark that one. This is the main beach that everybody pays attention to. So, got a little message on Facebook a couple days ago again, so it reminds me I want to share that with you and talk about that a little bit, about people asking for money, or whatever you want to call it, scamming you, the money situation in the Philippines, and it goes wherever you're at, not just the Philippines, but I'm here in the Philippines. So there's a lady walking the beach this morning. So it's quite peaceful. The waves aren't too big. So it starts off, she goes, can you lend me, or can I borrow 3,000 pesos, which is about $60, which is a big amount here. She followed me on Facebook, on my Facebook page. Don't really know her. Many people here. And this has happened to me probably 200 or 300 times in the last 2.5 years. So I just wanted the reason I'm sharing it is just that, to be aware of it. So she said her daughter's going to college and so forth, and needs the money for her, and her husband's trike driving sick, and I don't know what she does, she didn't mention that. So 3 of them there, and they need money for college supposedly. So she goes, you give me money? And I said, I checked my ATM machine. So basically you're like an ATM machine here to a lot of people. They look at you as money, and it's sad but true. And it can be difficult here. I'm not saying it isn't, but I think nevertheless, I grew up in America. Everybody thinks it's easy there. My dad grew up making 17 cents an hour, so something like 17 pesos an hour back in the 30s and 40s, 1930, 1940. And they lived, I think my mom lived in a house with a dirt floor. I believe she said they both passed away now, but so it's things like that. So it's, so Americans, and we're used to hardship and working. I wasn't born with a nickel, and my parents weren't rich and didn't give me a house and a car and a pile of money. I earned everything I got and worked hard, and took me 41 years to get what little bit I ended up with. So, and that's my suggestion for people wherever they're at. Looks like a little frog there. First one I've seen here. But then I had so I'll mention a few others, and then another one sent me a message, I think it was last year. I get them every week, every day, every month or two. Just depends where I'm at and what I'm doing. The more you're on social media, the more of an issue it is, So I'm on Facebook with a Facebook page, and I've got a YouTube channel, which I'm sure everybody's watching is familiar with. But, so she goes, my husband left me and my son's birthday, and can I have 1,500 pesos? I want cake and ice cream and have birthday for him. And I'm thinking, well, if your husband's left and you've had such hardship, in America, the way I grew up, you're not going to be having a party. Those guys are launching the fishing boats this morning. That's my take on it. Why, if you're down to your last peso, why are you wanting to buy cake and ice cream? Even if it is somebody's birthday, you buy food and supplies that's not necessary to live. Then another one called, said, sent me a message, and she was, this was last year as well. She was, single and interested in me. And so the day she says, I'm busy working, doing something. And so later in the day, she sent me a message, and she goes, oh, I'm, just had a terrible day and got big problem. I said, well, what is it? And she goes, well, I need money for the payment on our house and property. And I said, well, how much is that? And it was like, it was a big amount. I think it was 10,000 pesos. And I'm like, so it went from, I just met this person online. She's acting like she's interested in, meeting me and having some sort of friendship or relationship. And then within 6 hours, it goes into, money, send me money and help us with our house. Gotta get rid of this cable. Sorry. Yeah. You short, go under. So, yeah. Still got a little bit of cold, as you can hear. So that was that sad tale. And then another one from another island here, sent me a message, and she has big medical bills and needs an operation to save her life, and sent me a photocopy of some doctor looking thing. And so if she doesn't get it, she's going to die. And and I said, well, I'm always, try to believe in them and stuff. Oh, I'm sorry to hear such thing, but I can't help you. There's so many people asking for help, and I've got limited funds. And so 2 years later, she's still alive and well and smiling on Facebook. So take that for what that's worth. So point being is, no matter who says what here and how sincere or what they do, it's up to you if you want to do anything. But I'm just saying there's a lot of stories and things like that here. So just be aware of it. That's my time and thoughts on that. And so there's just, I go into dozens more. I can't even remember them all. Met another one, especially if you're relationship based, or somebody single and some cute girl sends you a message and stuff. I had another one, reminds me of another one. She goes, oh, I'm very interested in you. You're exactly what I've been looking for. And of course, she sends me a picture, and she's very cute, of course. And she says, today's my birthday, what you get me? And I'm like, I don't even know you. I just, met you 2 minutes ago. And she's already wanting a birthday, something for birthday. And then I think I told her, I said, well, I'm glad you already, let me know what you're about. She go, what you mean? I said, you're asking for money and gift, and I just barely even know, don't even know you yet. So she goes, oh, I'm sorry, sir. And we continued talking for about a week or a few days. And it was around Christmas time, I think. So she goes, a few days later, she goes, well, what you get me for Christmas? I said, well, I haven't met you yet. I said, I get you the same thing I got you for your birthday. She goes, well, you didn't get me anything. I said, well, exactly. I said, have you my girlfriend, or we've been dating a while? Sure, I'd probably get you a Christmas present, a birthday present. But just people you just know, it's kind of nonsense. But so just be prepared for that when you come to the Philippines. It's rampant and widespread. And even if you do have money, you're rich here and you want to help people, it's just mind-boggling how many people could use help. There's so many, people that are sick and, lack of money and need funds. So it's just difficult to who do you help and who don't you help. And now what I've done over the years is when I see somebody working and they get, take me somewhere and it's a 50 peso ride, they charge me fair price and they're working hard, I may tip them. I may give them 100 instead of 50 because they're actually working, trying to do something, or I see them in a cornfield shucking corn, harvesting corn. I may walk up and give them something, which I've done before. So when I see people hard working, but if you're just sitting there saying, give me money, I don't like to promote that. So if I see you busy about trying to do something, make a living for you and your family and so forth, then I think that's the people that deserve to have something if you're blessed and to have something extra to give. So that's my thoughts on that. So thanks for watching. Every day it's something a little new, whatever triggers my mindset or mood to talk about. So walking along the beach here, it's beautiful. Excuse me. Once again, it's Sunday morning, about 7:30 on March the 30th. One more day left in March. Probably about 80 degrees this morning. Rained most of the 3/4 of the day yesterday. Kind of a steady, heavy downpour. So supposed to be something similar today. So we'll see what happens. All right, that's my time. If you got any comments or questions, you want to add something useful to the section, feel free to jump in and do so. Thanks for everything, everybody. Have a good weekend wherever you are.